Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching the Super Mario Brothers movie, starring Chris Pratt, Jack Black, Charlie Day, Seth Rogen, Anya Taylor-Joy, Keegan-Michael Key, and a ton of other people, in what's basically a giant love letter to Super Mario Brothers, the fans, and Nintendo's legacy. But let's get to the story, shall we? The story revolves around Mario and Luigi, played by Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, as they're plumbers in Brooklyn who are trying to make their way for a big dream after they were finished working for the Wrecking Crew. But turns out business is a bit hard for them, especially after a few mishaps, and Mario and Luigi, in an attempt to save Brooklyn, end up going into a warp pipe where both of them end up in the Mushroom Kingdom. Well, Mario does. Luigi gets captured by Bowser, and this forces Mario to save him while working alongside Princess Peach, played by Anya Taylor-Joy. And alongside Toad, played by Keegan-Michael Key, they have to get the Kong army together in order to find a way to take down Bowser and make sure he can't use the Superstar in order to destroy the Mushroom Kingdom. But that's all I'll say about the story. Most people don't go into Mario games for the story, and this one, even though it does add enough of a story to fit a 90-minute film, doesn't focus too much on the story outside of it mainly just being there to get our characters from point A to point B, and to deliver as many references and as many big set pieces as a 90-minute film will allow. This includes Mario Kart racing, Mario fighting Donkey Kong, played by Seth Rogen, and it also including both Brooklyn and the Mushroom Kingdom in the same film, so you could technically call this movie an isekai. But that's to be expected, considering I was thinking that was the only way they could do it, and that's kind of how it worked in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, so if it worked there, it works here. Which fits considering how many references to that and to other Nintendo properties are throughout this movie. I noticed that a lot of critics have really been going after this film for the constant references, and that's where I both agree and disagree with them. They're correct in the sense that the movie does feature a ton of references to Super Mario Bros., Kid Icarus, Punch-Out, and tons of other Nintendo properties. But at the same time, I'm thinking, so freaking what? Is it a crime to give the fans what they want every now and then? It feels like that doesn't make any sense. Especially considering that Mario games don't have too much of a story to speak of anyways, so the story that they do have feels like it would fit into one of the games. In fact, almost everything in the film feels like it would fit into the games, from the power-ups to the various lands that would make for great Super Mario levels, to even Princess Peach kicking butt for once. That was in the Super Mario Bros. Comics and Super Princess Peach, so I'm totally fine with it. Especially because the voice actors deliver such great performances that feel like they fit for the characters of this movie, even if they were initially controversial for the time. I think Chris Pratt does great as Mario, same for Charlie Day as Luigi, and Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach. In fact, the only one that I didn't like was Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, mainly just because all I hear when he opens his mouth is just say Seth Rogen. He's one of the most recognizable voices I can think of, and he doesn't sound anything like the Donkey Kongs that I remember. But the absolute standout is Jack Black as Bowser. Not only with him having a Tenacious D-style musical number throughout the film, but also with him sounding like a bad guy who's able to be both comedic and somehow menacing. He knows he's a cartoon villain, and he plays it up to the umpteenth degree. Maybe not as entertaining as, say, Jack Horner from Puss in Boots 2, but I do think he is genuinely quite a fun villain as well, even if his motivation does feel like it's more Mario Galaxy, if that makes any sense. But hey, I love Mario Galaxy, so that works out. I don't know if there's going to be more Mario movies after this, though I'm fairly certain it's going to be a big hit with families. The pace is pretty dang quick, so it doesn't feel like there's much time to get used to anything. And it does feel like the story is more of an excuse to go into as many set pieces as possible. But when it comes to a movie like this, I don't consider those negatives that break the film. If anything, it makes a movie that's not trying to win any awards, but it's just a lot of fun. And with Super Mario Bros., that's all I ask for. That's why I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. See you next time.